seems that these people endorse JF as an e-celeb. And it's quite weird because usually these gentlemen, they congregate on image boards and on Discords, and they usually avoid e-celebs, right? They very rarely promote one of these YouTubers like JF, which they consider to be an e-celeb. But when that happens, right, they manage to endorse some of these people like, let's say, Patrick Little, right, Paul Nealon, or Christopher Cantwell. And when they endorse these gentlemen, they are also very particular about how that e-celeb then conducts themselves as they're going forward. Like they have a certain expectations. And if you look at JF addressing the Baked Alaska situation, he actually said that Baked Alaska didn't have what it takes to please a right-wing audience. I don't know if these were the exact words that he used, but basically this is exactly what he the spirit of what he said, right? Baked Alaska didn't have what it takes to satisfy a right-wing audience. So this is what JF is talking about. He understands that these gentlemen have some sort of expectations, right? They expect that some things will happen. And if you go against their expectations, they are going to be really upset, right? And they will do certain things that we're going to discuss about. So what are these expectations? Well, they expect that you toe the line, right? Any scent of betrayal, any scent of counter signaling, or support of counter signaling, right? Is usually met with disapproval, with disagreement, right? So when that happens, like if you show any sort of counter counter signaling, what they will do is they're going to start calling you names like a cock, right? A white knight or whatnot. They're going to start downvoting your videos. They're going to start all manner of disavowals, right? Including getting yourself memed and that type of shit. So usually, like, if you please these people, you're going to get some level of troll shielding. But the moment you basically go your own way, or you show that you're not in 100% agreement with them, they will do this thing. And what they call, like, if I still have people who don't understand what I'm saying, by supporting counter signaling or doing betrayals, they consider this punching right. All right, a lot of people have heard this. Don't punch right. Don't punch right. Never punch right. Do not punch right. This is what it means, right? That's what they're trying to explain to you. Like, this is what we consider the correct right-wing way. And if you're not pure enough, if you're going to deviate from what we consider to be the right wing, the right way, you're punching right. And if you're punching right, we're going to fuck you up. And the fucking up is usually downvotes, disagreements, that type of thing, right? So this is what JF himself told Baked Alaska, like, you don't have what it takes to please a right-wing audience. Because JF is a smart guy, despite what people might say. He is an intelligent individual. He understands this to a certain degree. So let's see what happened. Like, how did JF piss off these people? How did he punch right? Well, he didn't do anything, right? He's not the one who punched right. The one who punched right is his co-host. And I'm going to share you the message right here. This is his co-host, Lauren Rose, who basically posts this, right? So she posts this saying, "Is this supposed to be serious?"
That there was massive voter fraud. The next step is explaining who did it. And it's the Jewish supremacists and the Zionists. So we got massive support in the state. I think it's safe to say we got first or second in this primary. And all we have to do is know that and move forward with the courts, moving forward with my new campaign, and also trying to get back in the Senate race by exposing the massive voter fraud. Well, little Leon, you say 40,000 votes is good. However, we know I met with leaders of the Muslim community and the Arab Christian communities around here.
Right. So basically, this is how it started, right? This guy's running for office. He is supported by the alt-right as well, and Lauren Rose is punching right. Like on the hierarchy, you need to understand this guy is far superior to Lauren Rose. Like on the hierarchy of things, Lauren Rose is nothing compared to this guy, and her attacking him is called punching right. And she didn't stop here. She also pointed out, like, perhaps I went a bit easy on Patrick Little, but it's because I normally don't care to waste my time on losers. So she didn't know her place. Now, you need to understand, when it comes to the crowd of the people more oriented to the right, again, not all, and I don't even think like this is a majority, by the way. I think there's a small vocal minority within the right that really don't like women. Okay, they really hate women. Not necessarily like hate them. It's basically like white Sharia, right? They think women have a place, and that is not in politics, right? They think women have a place, and that is not in the job industry. They think women have a place in the kitchen to make children and to go to church, right? And you can see this if you look at Tara McCarthy, right? When she was complaining that she's getting attacked. When you look at other women, like the one from Rebel Media that left, I forgot her name, Lauren Southern, yeah. And you can also see when JF was looking for a female co-host, a lot of people in the comments were complaining. They don't want to see women, right? So they don't, how should I say, they don't like women, they tolerate them, right? So already Lauren Rose is on a very thin ice with these people, right? Just because she's a woman. And when she punches right, when she goes after Patrick Little, this is unexcusable, right? This is just beyond the pale. It's completely unacceptable. So, of course, they started turning on Lauren Rose. Like, these gentlemen attacked her. And it's like this vocal minority, they will start memeing her. They will start attacking her in various ways, to the point where it's like a snowball effect. Even though they're a minority, but in their community, when they start the shit, other people who are just trolls, and they're not really women haters, they will just band along because it's funny to see how these women react to these accusations. And they're basically going to break other things that shouldn't be broken when it comes to the right-wing ideology. Like, for instance, don't get offended, don't get upset, because if you do that, then you attract other trolls who, like they're... But anyway, right, so to summarize, Laura Rose was under attack by these people. Now, what JF does, which is even more unacceptable, is to defend this lady, right? Now, she is his co-host, and he actually thought that, he's going to make the stream where he's going to defend this lady, and boy, was he wrong. Like, the problem with JF, right? He's a smart individual, but he didn't understand this shit. This is not intellectual, right? This is nothing to do with intelligence. This is pure emotional. It's like trying to reason to a person who likes Barcelona that Arsenal is better. Like, you're not going to do this shit, right? Like, it doesn't work, right? So I see him going up with his little screen, pulling up his little notepad and going like punching right. What is with punching right? Like, JF, like you lost the plot, okay? There is nothing to reason. It's like going to the far left, right? Another group of people, and explaining to them like what is wrong with racism. Like, there is no reason to have, right? Or to go to a liberalist, like if I were to go to my channel with my community and explain them that democracy is wrong, like every single community, every single group of people, they have certain principles and certain ways they conduct themselves, and you're not going to reason with them just like that. You're not going to spend months building up a community and all of a sudden like pretending you're going to go against its core values. JF is a scared little man, have mercy, from Marcus Aurelius. But anyway, right, so what JF does is, he goes on and he defends this girl Lauren, and as you can see, as you can understand, this did not bode very well, right? In fact, this bodes quite poorly, because another thing you shouldn't do as a right-winger is to be a white knight. Like, that's what the left is doing. Obviously, people from the right, they want to be 100%, 180% opposite to what the leftists are. So, leftist people defend women. We don't defend women. Women can defend themselves. So JF interjecting himself like this made even more people upset. But when this happens, when he starts defending her, a lot of people start downvoting his video, right? A lot of people start memeing him. A lot of people start giving him shit. And this is 100% predictable if you know a right-wing audience. This was expected to happen. This was like, I didn't need to pull out my gypsy crystal ball in order to see this shit, right? Now what JF does is he starts banning people. Another thing you don't do, right? Like people who are right-wing, they have been banned from everywhere else. When you ban one of these fuckers, it's like you're giving them PTSD. You understand this shit? Like you're hurting them at an emotional level. The reason they are in your community is because probably every other community pissed them off and banned them in a way, right? So now they're there, and you, Papa JF, your dadu, you're doing this shit to them. They're not going to react pleasantly if you ban them. You know, you find culture warriors everywhere. And a tactic that's common used is the downvoting of videos. This is not shocking. But what is shocking, and you need to understand, is that if you have an audience of, let's say, 1,000 people, and out of those 1,000 people, 10 people are pieces of shit. Now, what they want you to do is to attack the audience and make it so that those 10 people represent the audience at large. So let me give you an example. Let's say I have 1,000 people and 10 of them are downvoting my videos. And if I go in a rant and I say, oh, my audience is using these tactics, my audience is this and that, the people who aren't doing anything, now I'm attacking them. So it's human nature that when you're attacked, you're fighting back, right? So it makes you look unhinged, it makes you look disturbed. And this is like the point where, let me see if I can find it. Where JF goes on the kill stream, right? He joins the kill stream with Meriker, Andy, and Ralph, and he tries to explain that he's the victim of this conspiracy, this overarching conspiracy with people downvoting his videos and shit like that, right? And he's trying to tell Andy why he's banning people, and it's like, look, Andy, I am banning trolls, and Andy is like, dude, why are you doing this? Like, you don't need to ban them. And Jeff is like, well, can you tell me something that Lauren Rose did wrong? And Andy is like, it doesn't matter, okay? You're banning people. And it's like, you're moving the goalpost. And it's like, no, JF, you don't understand where the goal is. That's your issue. The goal isn't if Lauren did something wrong or not. That is not the purpose. The idea is that you are banning people. You ban people who give you super chats. You ban people who disagree with you. You ban people who like you. Okay, you're becoming a meme. At this point, the people who want to hurt you are going to spread information that you're willing to ban everyone who disagrees with you, even if it's right or not. I mean, fuck, you ban me. The fuck do I know? I think it's right. But anyway, like, they're spreading this rumor that you have a hammer between your legs and you're banning people with it. Do you understand this, right? People in the right don't like this shit. They don't like censorship. I mean, I'm pretty sure they love censorship if they're in power. But right now, they're not in power and they hate censorship. They don't like being censored, right? So this is why it's not, even if you would have a couple of people that are downvoting your videos, I don't think they're the 100% of the people. I don't think they're the majority. I think at this point, people legitimately hate you because of your actions. So what JF could have done right? Okay, let's talk about it. How could he have saved the situation? Let's assume that JF really likes Lauren Rose, right? And he doesn't like the fact that bad things are happening to her. So if I was him, right, first of all, I wouldn't have done the defense video. I wouldn't have gone on white knighting for her and shit like that, because I know I have a right-wing audience. So I wouldn't have done that. Let her defend herself. You know, like, if you really want, you can have like a voice chat with her and you can feed her the information that you want her to say, you know, be her PR person and let her defend herself. And she would actually gain respect in the eyes of the right-wing audience if she herself shows that she is woman enough to defend her arguments and to explain why she doesn't like Patrick Little, right? It would have been better for optics. But second of all, when people start downvoting you, do you know what you need to do? Ignore it. Just ignore it. Don't talk about it. Don't ban people. When you're banning people, you're acknowledging them.